All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, and we have about 2 minutes till market open. Give me a second here. So we'll be using the intraday market open trade as the one to track our official trades. And market opens in about 2 minutes. Okay, so for the market open direction today is going to be a sell. Properties. So we are going to be doing a sell here. In about 30 seconds. All right, be doing a sell. All right, perfect. So our entry here is for a sell. 100 points stop loss, 200 points take profit. And we are pushing. There we go. Let's see if we can hit take profit here. There we go. Nice push. And I think we are about to hit full TP. Full TP on the intraday market open entry. Full TP on that trade. Quick in and out. So again, we'll be using this to track our official trades. It's just one trade a day. And that's pretty neat. Sorry. So I would recommend be risking 0.7 between 0.5 to 1% per trade, but I recommend either 0.5 or 0.75. So that brings us to 1.5% for the day. Yesterday we had a nice win as well. We had a 1.5% gain. Let's see if we can get anything else. All right, so let's see, what else do we have? I don't think we'll get a chance to enter. See what we find here. Yeah, so going forward, we'll just be focusing on this one trade a day for the market open. I'll be taking other trades, but if you do choose to take them with me, just adjust your risk accordingly. Mm. Says. Hmm. All right, so we'll just wait to see if we get anything else, but the live sessions going forward will probably just be like 30 minutes as we focus on the market open entry only. There is a potential sell scalp here. If we do get that red X, today's entry on gold at 8:30 ended up being a loser. Let's see. Oh, this is on the 5 minute. Should be on the 5 second. Um, Never mind. I think that trade already went. Yeah, so never mind. I'll stay until about 10 a.m. And that will be the end of the live session. But today, see, might be a sell opportunity here. Uh, that's a big spike. It will be on the close of this candle. So that's a scalp entry there. There it is, full TP on that scalp entry. Going forward, I wouldn't be counting the scalp entries. I'll just be counting this market open, this one trade a day. I like the one trade a day entries better than these others, because these others we normally take like 2 to 3 trades a day. So I just want to stick for the official trades. We'll just be focusing on that market open trade, but full TP on this quick entry scalp. So for you guys as well, if you want to be taking those scalps with me, that's fine. Just make sure you adjust your risk accordingly. And most of the time, these scalps are counter trends, so you want to be careful for them. So as soon as I say full TP, you can exit manually, even though it hasn't hit on your end, in order to avoid slippage or fake outs. Also, the scalp that I told you guys about yesterday, the market open scalp for 1:3 as well, hit full TP. It was a quick push right there for a 1:3. So this one as well ended up winning today. So today we've had all wins. So this one was a win. Our main one here was a win. And then this SAR scalp that's based off of this 30-minute SAR, a win as well. Let's see. So this market open, let's see. So it won today, so that's a 1:2, won yesterday. That's a 2R, 2R, so that's 4R, 6R. The day before was a winner. Day before was a loser, so that's 5R. Day before was a loser, 4R. Day before was a loser, 3R. Back to 5R with this winner. 4R with this winner, with this loser. 6R with this winner, 8R. This one was a winner, 10R. So beginning 4th of February, every single trade you would have had a 10R. So if you're risking 0.75% per trade, you'd have had 7.5% net win. And the day before was a loser, day before loser, and then it spiked up. So there will be days where we have back-to-back losses, but eventually, so this one trade a day, especially with this market open, you're looking for a long term, right? So you're eyeing long-term gains as opposed to short-term gains, because again, it's one trade a day, but eventually it does capitalize. So even though we do have times where you can have 7 back-to-back days that it loses, the opposite is also true. You can have 8 back-to-back days where you get wins from that. But yeah, so this is the one that we'll be using to track our gains. So you can see between yesterday and today, that's 3% gain right there, assuming you're risking 0.5%, 0.75% per trade, which should be safe. The only way you can blow your account is if we end up having 10, not even 10, if we end up having like 12 back-to-back losses, which in my experience, even in backtesting, it is probable, but and actually we can look at the statistics here. So if we look at the intraday market open here and go to the strategy lab and simulator, you'll see that the probability of having 10 back-to-back, let's see, losses in a row. So probability of having 6 back-to-back losses in a span of 50 trades is about 80%. So I have seen 6 back-to-back losses. I have seen 7 back-to-back losses. But you can see as the number of losses in a row increase, the probability of having them starts decreasing, right? So this is why I'm saying, like, long term, this is what you want to see. So you want to see the number of back-to-back losses reducing over time, and especially with an increased number of trades. So if we run another simulation as well, uh, we definitely want to see this red being maintained at the very top. So maybe like 6 back-to-back losses or 7 back-to-back losses. And if we do another simulation as well, you can see the back-to-back losses are about 6 or 7. So even though you do choose to risk 1% per trade, just know there's a probability of having between 6 to 8 back-to-back losses at some point. Yeah, if we keep running the simulation as well, you can see it's pretty profitable. And even if we look at the results so far, you can see, think there's a, yeah, so this time in December, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did have 8 back-to-back losses. Again, December and January, I don't think I'll be trading even going forward. And historically, I really don't trade December and January, because between December and January, you have like a lot of chop in the market. So you have a big window of manipulation. But if you take out December, November was a very profitable month for this strategy. December was an okay month, but even then, I think the losses were only, let's see, losses were about $12,000. Wins were $6,000. So a net loss of $6,000 in December, which is not bad. Again, this is why I go for a 1:2 risk to reward on this strategy. January was pretty good as well. January, I think the losing streak was about 3 back-to-back losses at any given time before the recovery came in. February has been a bunch of wins. So I did have 3 back-to-back losses last week, but this week, 3 back-to-back wins. So a win on Monday, which closed out on Tuesday. Yesterday's trade was a win, and today's trade is a win as well. So the return for this today will definitely go up as well. So it's about to be 10 a.m. So these live sessions will only be for 30 minutes going forward, especially since I want us to only be focusing on the market open trade. And if we get like a scalp, then that's fine. We'll be taking it. But I want us to be focusing on only this one trade a day. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. All right, guys. Peace.